Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This should be a treat. I have had this beer before guys, but it's been several years ago and I have not reviewed it yet. And my real good friend Paris sent this to me from out in California. I can get this here, and he noticed that I had not reviewed it, so he sent me one. And this particular one is from out in Colorado, where the original brewery is. But they have a brewery down in North Carolina now that they make this stuff in. And I've actually been to that brewery. I didn't have this beer while I was there, but it's probably been about 3 or 4 years since I've actually had this beer. And someone told me that they changed the recipe on it, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. But we're going to review it today and let you know what I think of it. This is, at the top of the can, it's like Sputnik. Old Chub Scotch Ale from Oskar Brewing. This is a 8%er. A little bit on the bigger side. And it says on the bottom, canned on February 28, 2014. And it says Morning Chubs right on the bottom of it. So, they are one of the original breweries that started canning, and they do everything in cans. They don't bottle. I don't think I've ever seen a bottle from this brewery, so I don't know if they ever did bottle. I think when they went into business, they were doing cans. I may be wrong there, but I've never seen or heard of a bottle. They do everything in cans. They do the little cans like this, the 12 ounces, and the Dale's Pale Ale and stuff are in the little bit bigger cans, the larger cans, the Deviant Dales, and I think the 1050s are in the little small can like this. But I've not had a bad beer from those guys either. Just about everything they do is quality stuff, and they got a real nice brewery down in North Carolina. If you're in that area, you ought to stop by and take the tour and sample some of their beers from down there. All right, guys, let's get on with this one. Commercial description. It says, Old Chub is a Scottish-style ale brewed with copious amounts of crystal and chocolate malts and a dash of beechwood smoked malts. While Dale's Pale Ale, the best tasting canned beer I've ever had, according to many brewers and beer experts, is a showcase of both hops and pale malts, Old Chub is a celebration of malts. The cola-colored beer features a dense, tawny head, a creamy mouthfeel, and flavors of caramel, chocolate, and lightly roasted malt. Complex and rich, it finishes with a whisper of smokiness that calls to mind a fine single malt Scotch. Old Chub weighs in at 8% alcohol by volume. Over to the food pairings. Food pairings for the spirit says cheese of the buttery brie Gouda Havarti Swiss. The meat is smoked meat and salmon. Glassware is a pint. Becker and Monica tumbler, the snifter, the tulip glass. I've got the double glass for this one today, guys. And it says it can be sold for long periods under the proper conditions. It's an 8%er, and it's not hop forward. So I mean, you could keep this one for a while if you wanted to, guys. Alrighty, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. It doesn't have the IBUs on this one, but I would imagine they're pretty low. But it's an 8%er, so they have to have enough bitterness to match the malt. They don't want it to be too sweet. So with that being said, let's get the can open. Paris, thanks again, brother, for sending this one to me. It just slipped through the cracks. That's only one of the reasons that I have not reviewed it yet, because I can get this beer here. Now, it's not available at the normal place where I shop, but there are craft beer stores that do carry this around here. So let's get this one into the glass. And like I said, this is a 12-ounce can on this one. Cans are getting more and more popular, guys. It's the way to go for beer. It keeps the light off of it. It's easy to transport. You don't have to worry about any breakage. It doesn't skunk. I mean, there is a lot of advantage of that. And I used to be a bottle only. I didn't like canned beer, and I've been persuaded over the last few years, and cans the way to go. It really is. So you're going to see more and more craft breweries going to that, and you already have if you've been into craft beer for a while. You'll know that a lot more of them are going to the cans. It's cheaper, it's lighter. I mean, glass is heavy. So freight, all these beer companies is distributing their beers and sending the beers. It's cheaper for them to send the beer in cans. So less cost for freight is less cost for the beer. So it's a win-win for us because we don't have to pay as much for the beer. It doesn't break. It doesn't skunk. So there's a lot of advantages for beer being in cans, guys. All right, over to the light. It is a rich red color, ruby colored beer. Very caramelly, easy for me to say, caramelly color. Now the head is dissipating pretty quickly. We had about a finger of head, and it's dissipating fairly quick. Looks very nice in the glass. Almost looks like a rich porter. So let's get a nose on this one. Very sweet smell to this beer. I'm getting some dark fruit. I'm getting toasted malt, caramel, maybe some candied sugar, and some darker fruit, figs, dates, raisins. Got a real pleasant sweet smell. Almost a candied smell to it. So smells yummy. Parrish, thanks again, brother. I do appreciate it. Cheers, everybody. It's got a peatiness, like a peat smoked flavor to it, and they do say that they use a little bit of that in here. A dash of beechwood smoked malts, so it's got a little bit of that in there to give us a little bit of smokiness or peatiness. And when I say peatiness, it's like peat moss. It's a dark. It's like a dark smokiness to me. But it's got a pleasant fruitiness to it. Very easy drinking, not bitter whatsoever. And I'm not getting any alcohol either. Very easy drinking for an 8%er. This one will get you in trouble. You can sit down and drink a few of these and you'd have your buzz going on for sure. The smokiness is not overbearing. I've had a lot smokier beers. This is just enough to let you know that it's there. And it matches well with the darker fruit and the sweetness going on there. And look at the lacing on the glass it's leaving behind. It's awesome. This definitely tastes like an A beer to me, but it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. We're going to let it warm up just a hair and let the other half taste it, and I'll come back and do the final chug on this one. Can this be a 10? Might be. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. It has left an awesome lacing on the glass here. Nice, rich caramelly toffee, dark fruit, and a hint of the smokiness, or the peatiness is what I call it, in this beer. Not overly sweet, but definitely sweet. Not like a barley wine's going to be, but a very nice Scottish ale. Very easy drinking for an 8%er. You can't taste the alcohol whatsoever. Very well made beer, guys. I don't know of anything that would change my opinion of this, or what I would say to make it different or better or whatever. Very well done beer. Final chug. Very nice. Now this beer is not my typical style of beer. You know, I'm a hophead, and I like the stouts, especially the bourbon barrel stouts. But this beer is pretty damn tasty. It's definitely an A beer. It's definitely a well-made beer. No alcohol presence whatsoever in the taste. It's there. It's 8%er, and this will sneak up on you. Now you drink 2 or 3 or 4 of these, you're going to have your buzz on, no doubt. Guys, I don't think I'm going to give it the 10. It's got the date on the can. I mean, I kind of feel bad that I'm not going to give it the 10, but I'm going to give this one the 9 out of 10. Now, the guys that love Scotch ales, and that is their cup of tea, if you will, they probably think, oh man, this is a 10 beer. This, I mean, and I would not argue with that. I would not argue with that whatsoever. But this is not my typical style of beer, so I'm going to rate it accordingly. Like I said, there's nothing that I would say to change this beer or to make it better. A little more smokiness would be nice, but that may put it out of the style per se. But I'm going to give it the 9 out of 10. I'm going to stick to that. 9 out of 10 on this one, guys. Very delicious, very tasty beer. Parrish, thanks brother for sending me this one. This one slipped through the cracks. I don't know why I have not reviewed it yet, since it is available here at certain places. It's not available where I shop normally, but it is available at certain craft beer stores here, especially now that they've got the brewery in North Carolina. It's a little easier to get your hands on rather than before they built that brewery down there and everything had to come from Colorado. But this one did come from Colorado. Paris sent it to me from out in California. So very tasty beer, guys. It's awesome. Let's go see what everybody else thinks on this one. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 90, which is their outstanding range. I think that number is a little low. I think my number may be a little low for people that are really into the Scotch ales. If I was to put a numeric rating on this, it would probably be a 97 or a 98. That's what I would put it on a numeric rating. Alright, over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer is right in line with me. They say 97 overall and 97 in the style. That's exactly where I would put it. That's exactly where I would put it, guys. So if you've had this one from Oskar Blues, this is their Old Chub Scotch Ale at 8%er. Very tasty, guys. Very easy drinking for an 8%er. But like I said, be careful with this one. You can't taste the alcohol at 8%, and it'll sneak up on you if you drink a bunch of these. I guarantee it. Alright guys, that's all we're going to say about this one. We're going to wrap this one up. If you've had this one, the Old Chub Scotch Ale from Oskar Blues, give me some comments back on this one. Hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see if we can find us another A beer tomorrow. See you then.